Today I'm talking about toxic environments. These are environments where negative behaviors and attitudes are the norm of the day. And when that happens, it can then end up bringing stress and burnout on the employees. So what do you do, or what to deal with a toxic environment? There are suggestions that I will make, but first let me give you a rundown on the signs of a toxic environment. One of the signs is micromanagement. Micromanagement it actually comes from the thinking by managers that employees are lazy and that employees do not want to work. And what then do the managers do? They give constant oversight, which can end up probably putting pressure on the employees. And the other thing that can cause an environment to be toxic is poor communication. Poor communication regarding the work processes, poor communication on what is to be achieved or daily expectations on the employee, poor communication regarding the policies, procedures, or even the vision and the long-term goals of the company, poor communication regarding the promotion criteria, poor communication regarding the regrading criteria, poor communication regarding redundancies and the like. All these things, if they are not communicated well, they can end up putting pressure on the employees. If communication is not made well regarding a project, regarding the timelines for the project to be initiated, regarding the project stages and the like, all this can end up causing pressure on the employees, and the environment can end up becoming toxic. And the other thing that can cause the environment to be toxic is favoritism. When some employees are the untouchables, and when the scales are not even, and when others are constantly blamed, that can cause the environment to be toxic. And the other issue that can cause the environment to be toxic is when there is bullying and harassment, is when some employees are verbally abused. Somebody may be reserved, but it doesn't give the manager the license to verbally abuse the employee, or it doesn't give the manager the license to manipulate the employee. And also, sometimes abuse could be also a result of discrimination, whether it's unconscious or conscious. When it happens, it affects the employee's confidence and well-being. That should be known by the managers. The other issue that can cause the environment to be toxic is when employees believe or think that they are not being given enough support regarding guidance on how to do their job, enough support regarding resources required for them to perform their job well, enough support regarding the feedback on their performance. If that is not done well, employees may end up seeing the environment as being toxic. So this should be known. And the other issue which can also cause the environment to be toxic for some employees is unbearable office politics. When to say an employee greets one individual is deemed to have chosen sides. Office politics can take a toll on some employees' physical and mental health, because this can the effects of it can be so deepening, because there are some people who can be so emotional when it comes to office politics. So let me say, these are the signs that I've given to you regarding toxic environments, identifying that this environment is toxic. But then what do you do when you experience that, or what do you do when you are on the receiving end? My first suggestion is that you set boundaries. Set boundaries regarding the interactions that you make with toxic individuals. Have boundaries regarding the conversations that you make. Don't engage in negative talk or gossip if you are in such environments. And the other thing that you can do to when setting boundaries is to clarify on your role requirements, clarify on the job description, clarify on the objectives, the KPIs to be achieved, clarify on the scope of deliverables. If you have clarity of what is expected of you, you won't put yourself unnecessary pressure, because you know what is reasonably possible and what is reasonably achievable, and you don't put excessive strain on yourself. The other thing that you can do is to document everything. Issues which you know or which you think are toxic to you. When you have received an unethical behavior towards you, or when you have been bullied, things like that, you can document that down, so that should you need in future to escalate this to HR or senior management, you can prove or substantiate your claims. So you need to have that down. The other thing that you can do when you are in these environments is to seek support. Seek support from colleagues which you trust, colleagues who you can share your experiences with. Discuss with them. It's good to speak out. It's good to let others know what you are going through, but be selective when doing that, because sometimes it can have negative implications if you talk to the wrong people. And also the other thing that you can do is also to seek external support. Talk to family, talk to friends, talk to therapists if need be, so that you can be able to go through that process you'll be involved in. And the other thing that you can do is to engage in stress relieving activities. Stress relieving activities could be joining a gym and going to the gym, having workouts, or you can conduct meditation, spend time looking at Mother Nature, looking at the beauty that is there in nature. Meditate on that. That may take you away from the stress. Or you can also travel, go visit places where you meet people and enjoy different places. The other thing you can do is also take a break. You have a sabbatical, take leave, give time off the workplace, and when you come back, you may be renewed, and you may see some changes having taking place as well at the workplace. So it's also good to take a break. Yes, you have got to take a break. It is good for you. Do that and you may see some changes. So the other thing that you may do is to engage in skills development. Develop yourself with the intention that in future you may move away from the stressing environment and have a career move. So for that to happen, you need to develop some skills which will enable you to be transferable from that place to another place. And the other thing that you can do as well is job search. Just to search for a better job. Just search for a new job. Moving to a new environment may be good for you, because the longer you stay in a stressful environment, the longer you stay in a toxic environment, the greater the impact on your physical and mental health. So just be sure of what you want to do. If you want to move, then okay, plan your move from the job. And the other thing you may consider is also to say, before you move, you may want to escalate this to HR, or to escalate this to senior managers. If you need to escalate the issues, then you need to have evidence to substantiate your claims. So just be prepared for that. And also what I can see probably is the final suggestion is to have a strategy for you to take yourself out of this environment, to say, okay, how do you want to do it? Which ways do you want? If you know that you want to move out, just strategize so that at the right time you move out from the stressful environment, or at the right time you engage with those that can help you. Otherwise, I think we can meet again some other time, discussing the same topic more deeper, or coming up with a different topic. Thank you.